Exclusive to our citrus farmers, Avima's new sprayer with Stemdoc. Spraying citrus trees has never been this easy. All you need to do is download Avima's Stemdoc app for Google Play or the App Store, and you are ready to go. Keep watching for an in-depth look on how to use the sprayer. Always be sure to wear the appropriate personal protective wear when using the Stemdoc. To align the nozzle, and depending on the thickness of the tree trunk, 2 adjustments are required. Do the following. 1. Adjust the fork so the nozzles are in line with the center of the trunk. 2. Rotate the nozzle so the liquid sprays directly onto the trunk. For thinner trunks, spray only with one nozzle and adjust to a vertical position. Block the other nozzle and move the fork towards the second nut. The on button performs 3 functions. It is used to turn on the Stemdoc, bleed the nozzle, and calibrate the nozzle. Do the following. Push the on button for longer than 1 second. The pump will operate until the button is released, or the pump will switch off after a preset timeout is reached. Push and hold the button again to continue rinsing. Push the on button twice in quick succession after the bottle has been changed to remove an airlock. The sprayer will automatically switch off after 5 minutes of no activity. It is important to thoroughly bleed the spray nozzle before use. For the safety of the operator, it is recommended that the spray nozzle be bled with water, as a large volume of spray is released into the air during the process. Do the following to bleed the sprayer. Place the suction needle in a bottle of water. Hold the lance upright. Push the on button and hold, so the pump keeps turning on. Rotate the lance to remove any air pockets. Repeat this process until both nozzles are spraying properly and no air pockets are present. The water should stop immediately once the pump has switched off. Spray leaking from the nozzle indicates that there are still air pockets present. Place the suction needle into a liter bottle filled with cleaning liquid as recommended. Push the on button down until the pump is running continuously and then automatically turns off. Repeat this rinsing process for at least 10 cycles, or until the bottle is almost empty. Place the suction needle in clean water and rinse for at least 20 cycles. To activate the spray action, tap the switch on the handpiece of the lance twice in succession with your finger. Do the following to load a new can. Make sure the tip of the suction needle is clean and free of soil or dust. Do not remove the seal of the new 5-liter can. Only unscrew the lid. Place the new can in the sprayer and push the sharp suction needle through the seal quickly until it reaches the bottom of the can. Push the on button twice in succession to activate the new can. The pump will backwash slightly to expel any air that may have been left behind in the suction needle. Do the following to change the can. The spray will turn off at the 4.8 liter mark. This is to prevent any air from being sucked in or forcing the operator to bleed the spray. Unscrew the lids without removing the seals. This is to prevent the suction needle from being exposed to the air for too long while changing the cans. Remove the suction needle from the empty can. Place the new can in the sprayer and quickly push the suction needle through the seal. Push the on button twice to activate the full can. The pump will backwash slightly to expel any air that may have been left behind in the suction needle. Close the lid of the empty can. Store the empty cans with the remaining spray for later use. The sprayer with the remaining spray can be stored in a cool, dark area for a few days, for example over weekends, but should not be stored for longer than 7 days. If the spray is filled with methystem or other sprays, long-term storage is not recommended. Over time, sprays can crystallize, blocking the tubes and pipes, rendering the sprayer unusable. The sprayer can, however, be stored long-term if filled with water. This will also simplify the following bleed. Before storing, make sure the pressure relief valve is clean. Normally, calibration is only necessary when changing the peristaltic tube or after every 250 liters sprayed. Calibrate with a spray in the sprayer. This is because the viscosity has an effect on the calibration. Use a 100 milliliter measuring cylinder calibrated in 1 millimeter increments. Each sprayer must be calibrated separately. Do the following to calibrate the sprayer. Block off one of the nozzles. Make sure the sprayer has been bled thoroughly. Hold the 100 milliliter measuring cylinder below the nozzle. Push and hold the on button until the pump stops automatically. Take a volume reading. The reading should be between 50 and 75 milliliters. Repeat the process and take another volume reading. If the volume corresponds within 1 millimeter, enter the measured volume into the app on your smartphone. Charge the battery every evening after use for the following day. Charge the battery directly after use and then every 3 months if the sprayer is not being used. Replace the peristaltic tube after 1,000 liters of spray liquid has been used and once a year at the start of each season. Download the Avima Stemdoc app from the Google Play Store. Activate your Bluetooth and grant the app location permission. The spray will automatically connect to a sprayer when it comes into range. Depending on the phone, up to 5 sprayers can be connected simultaneously. A summary of the connected sprayers is available in the Spray page. Here is a brief explanation of the different app features. Name. Sprayers can be given unique names. The names must not exceed 16 characters. Double tap on the name to change it. Count. Indicates the number of trees that have been sprayed. To change the counter back to 0, double tap the number. Volume. The volume reading will continue to increase until the user resets it to 0 by double tapping the number. Rinse action. This indicates if the last action was a rinse action. Calibration. The calibration in millimeters as read from the measuring cylinder. Volume settings window. Measure the width of the tree trunk and choose the appropriate line. Tap the green check mark to transfer the setting to all the connected sprayers. Stop volume slider. Adjust the volume at which the sprayer should stop for each can to prevent accidental air intake. History. When no units are connected, the history will be shown. The progress and status value when last connected will be stored on the phone for each unit. This gives the farmer access to the values even if he is at the office. The heading will be History. Values cannot be edited in the history view, but they can be removed by selecting the red cross next to the sprayer name. For more information or if you have any questions, feel free to contact Henry Besaidenout at email address henryb@greentrading.co.za or cell phone 083 860 0105. Avima. Benchmarking a better future.